at the Nikon Luxury Hotel, where Nigerian Institute of Town Planners are having their annual general meeting. You could see Nigerians from different walks of life converging here from different states, different tribes, different regions, and they are here to celebrate this very interesting conference. Come along with me.
It gives me great joy and deep humility to welcome you to the 2025 International Conference and annual general meeting of our great institute. On behalf of the National Council and the entire membership of the Institute, I extend heartfelt appreciation to our dignitaries, invited guests, professional colleagues, development partners, and students of planning who have found it worthy to be here. Your presence this morning is a testimony to the shared commitment we all have to the noble cause of building sustainable and functional human settlements in Nigeria.
It's a great pleasure to address the esteemed gathering of the 2025 International Conference of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners right here in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Let me begin by commending the National Institute of Town Planners for its unwavering commitment to advancing the spatial planning and promoting sustainable urban development across our nation. The theme of this year's conference, reflecting planning and administration towards sustainable urban governance and development, is not only timely but critical to our current realities. I understand that cities are more than economic hubs. They are also spaces of innovation, social integration, and environmental responsibility. However, the benefits of urbanization cannot only be fully realized through robust planning, integrated governance, and professional discipline. Today, Nigeria grapples with challenges of rapid urbanization, unplanned growth, informal settlements, infrastructure gaps, and environmental threats.
First, to say that your president has a heart for planning in Nigeria. He visited the United Kingdom in January when I was inaugurated. For those who don't know, I'm the first African descent president of the RTPR. I'm also the 111th, which means that the first black in over 100 years ever to attain such a position. And by God's grace, the King Charles, gave me an honor. I was awarded an Order of the British Empire in 2024 for services to the planning profession. I stand on the shoulders of the giants before me. I stand on the shoulders of the great institutes that developed me. I stand on the shoulders of Nigeria that granted me free primary education, secondary education, all the way before I came to Nigeria. So I just want to acknowledge all that Nigeria has given me as an individual, even though I've lived in England more than I've lived in Nigeria. But I do appreciate what he has done.
The governor will pick another of your profession. Lecturers in our universities, brilliant colleagues that are now in other ministries, to become commissioners and occupy other sensitive positions. Am I correct? That means we want challenge and excellence. I'm speaking today carefully because I do not want to speak as a town planner. I want to speak as a politician or political town planner that I am. A tree cannot make a forest. If I have governors to be as town planners as my colleagues, if I have other ministers as my colleagues, I have so many commissioners as my colleagues, we will form a team of pressure group. You can only win from within, you can't fight from without. Am I correct? Are we agreeing and promising peace to humble body and the national Madam President, that we will challenge the next election. We will support each other to contest the positions until town planners form the required critical mass in governance.
The policymakers don't seem to appreciate the purpose or the usefulness of urban planning. Those who have started appreciating it see it more from the perspective of revenue generation. But in actual fact, planning is more of a catalyst kind of. You provide an environment that will be conducive for other activities. And these other activities, it is from these other activities that the government should generate revenue.
We are lagging behind other countries of the world. That is the summary of my assessment. Our urban cities, our towns and cities have not been what they should be. And I attribute this majorly to lack of rules and regulations guiding the practice. Because since 1992, the country promulgated the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning Law. Unfortunately to date, that law is not being fully implemented. For instance, at the national level, we are supposed to have Urban and Regional Planning Board, Urban and Regional Planning Commission. It is not there. In many states of the Federation, we are supposed to have Urban and Regional Planning Boards. Many of the states of the Federation have not implemented that law. That is, they have not demonstrated it towards implementation. But I cannot exactly say what the problem has been. But the truth of the matter is that we are not where we should be.
Going by what is happening, the current state of planning in Nigeria or in urban cities is nothing to talk about. Like, that is the essence of hosting this conference, an AGM. Like the president said, the essence of this is to make sure that the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning of Law of 1992 will be domesticated at the state level, implemented at the federal level. Since 30-something years ago, this law was promulgated in 1992. Some of the states have already domesticated their some just partially implemented it. So there is a clarion call by the Nigerian Institute of Urban Town Planners to all the state governors to domesticate this law for efficient and orderliness in urban cities.
We are more small in numbers. When we take population into consideration, we are more smaller in numbers than what is happening in Nigeria. So in terms of population, managing Ghana's urban problems will be narrowed than when it comes to Nigeria. But in broader perspective, it's the same challenges that we all face as planners in terms of housing, urbanization, and so on.
When people know that, in fact, the space is governed, and that there are institutions that are responsible for every decision that must be made over a space. So it is expected that a developer will approach the institutions that are established to administer development, within the territory, to seek for clearance or permission or what we call planning permit before they commence development.
People do that because they feel like they will always bribe their way out, and they will do whatever they can do, whatever they have with that, and whatever comes. But most times they look at government as it's not going to come, not going to happen. But when it happens, then they start passing comments, whereas they're also culpable. And before any demolition will be carried out, there are prior notices that will be served. So on the people's side, they also need to be law abiding, and something that is very, very key in this country. People are not naturally. Nigerians don't like to obey laws.
We key into what planning can offer. This Nigeria, I tell you, all our problems will be resolved. Every problem will be resolved. But because we have not, put planning to the right perspective, we have not done things the way it ought to be done. And that is why we are having problems, we are having crises all over. So if planning can be given that recognition, I can tell you, my brother, that everything will be quite okay.
There's no one short answer. There's going to be multiple factors to address all of these challenges I talk about. It starts with policy formulation, institutional reform, down to funding, and so many factors to make the master plans effective.
From the conference center of the Nikon Luxury Hotel, where the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners are having their annual general meeting, the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Ahmed Ngiwa, was present, and of course, alongside other keynote speakers, gave an appreciation speech and as well encouraged the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners for the job well done. We also saw the representative of Ghana Institute of Town Planners also present at the occasion. Chris Jacobs, Housing TV Africa.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.